Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. Today we are going to be talking about the E.Y.E.S project pan, which is Enjoy Your Eyeshadows. And this was created by Deb B here on YouTube. And I just want to say I am really thoroughly enjoying this project a lot. It's probably been the most calm project for me because I get to use whatever I want. Any items I want to pull something, I can use it. It doesn't matter. It's like everyday life within a project and it feels good and I'm really enjoying it. And so there are quite a few people doing this. I will try to have everybody linked down below. I know that Danny from Danny's Makeup is doing it, Kim from Teacher Loves Beauty, and I can't remember who else. I think Shelly from Unapologetically Shelly. I can't remember everyone. So I will try and figure that out, or you can go check out Deb and see her updates because she will list everybody who is doing the project. But I just want to talk to you about the details of the project in case you want to join us still. So this runs from January the 4th to December the 31st of 2023. So if you are still interested in joining, the updates go up on the 4th of each month. And then of course you just update everyone on the end of December and let everyone know what you thought for that month. So we're going to go ahead and discuss the items that I brought in for April, and then we'll talk about some of the palettes I'm bringing in for May. So this is the way that I'm planning on doing it, is I tend to bring in items that I want to use up for the next month because I want to try and touch as many eyeshadow palettes in my collection as possible. Deb doesn't usually grab anything. She will just grab as she wants throughout the month and use what she wants, and I love that. Sometimes I do that too if I feel like there's a palette I want to use. I just will grab it and throw it into the project. But for the most part, I will select a few of them because I need to try to keep track of the ones that I'm bringing in. So for the month of April, we will talk about some of the items that I have used. And the first one is something that I keep rolling each month. So this is going to be the last month I talk about it. But it's the Morphe 35 Ice Fantasy. And it's basically a pastel-y, really like neutral eyeshadow. I shouldn't say neutral, but like it's a softer eyeshadow palette. And I mostly use the shades up here for transitions and stuff like that because there's not a lot of lighter colored transitions in a lot of palettes. So I have used this a bit. I've also used like this kind of a shade here for brow bone and stuff like that. So you can get a few options here. There's also like glitters if you want to use glitters. Those are really chunky though, I find. I think there's just the one glitter. And then there's a lot of shimmers, really, really pretty, like fun shimmers, like this green one right here. It's like a toppery shimmer, really cute. But I have so many indie toppers that I don't normally grab these ones. But there is a lot of option, but I just mostly use the top couple rows and use those items. So that one is a good palette. It's not like amazing quality or anything, but it does the job that it needs to do. The next one is the Tarte Tartelette palette. This is also one that rolled in from March because I love this palette a lot for brow bone and outer corner. So I use a lot of like these shades, these ones here, and then these two here for deepening. But I'm getting quite a bit of use where I'm wearing away the word Tarte on a lot of the items, like a lot of the shadows in here. So I will definitely continue to roll this through. Plus these ones are really good with my Pan That palette for the year, these deeper purples and the black in the outer corner. So I definitely keep those to brighten up, or sorry, not brighten up, deepen up my looks if I need to. So I will be carrying these forward a little bit, but I probably won't be talking about them anymore. They're both good palettes. This one I would repurchase if I needed to, but for now that one is fine. It's just getting a little bit older, but I will probably repurchase it down the road, a couple years or whatever, and then let that one go because it's getting older. All right, so let's talk about the ones that I actually brought in that are new to the month. So I brought in the ABH Primrose eyeshadow palette. This also has a couple of face items in it. It's a little long for my liking. Like it's a little, too long. I wish that the like the base palettes or the face items were along the top sideways so that it was sort of like a little taller and a little less wide. But I didn't make the palette, so that's just me being picky. But the eyeshadow palette was very nice to use. I find that it's a typical ABH formula. Um, really pretty colors. I'm not even sure if you can see that color, but really, really pretty colors. That reminds me of the NARS Orgasm blush. I did enjoy using this. I used it a few times in the month, but I did end up getting sick in April, so I didn't use, I wanted to bring in a few more palettes, but I only used what I pulled instead of bringing in extra. But this was lovely to use, and I used it a couple of times actually in the month. I just want to grab a tissue because I pulled, like, this one has a lot of product and I don't want that to go flying all over my desk. So the next one I used is, oops, I didn't put the plastic back in the other one. So I used the Sydney Grace Tiny Marvels eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is such a beautiful, beautiful palette. I'm very happy that I own this. It's stunning. And I was very tempted to keep it in this month, like coming into May, but I decided not to. It's just, it has everything. I mean, other than a super deep outer corner, I love that it has these shades. So even though this one is like a brow bone, it's still like so poppin' for inner corner as well. And then this one is like a really nice blending shade, like a lot of blending shades, a lot of all over lid shades, like really beautiful, beautiful curated palette. Mel did a really good job on this. And I'm sorry that I didn't pick it up sooner or like when she was alive, because it's just stunning. And I would have loved to leave a comment on her channel. Not that she got so many comments, it would have just probably been overlooked. But yeah, she was a wonderful makeup artist, and I wish I got it sooner. It's very beautiful. The next one I have is the Huda Beauty sorry, Rose Quartz. I'm getting allergies from the window being open. Sorry. This one is a little light for me. I find that the shimmers are nice. Like, I'll swatch a few. Sorry. I have to cough. Like, they're very beautiful. But I don't know. Like, this one's stunning. But there isn't really, like, I don't know. I feel like it's too pretty for the shades you'd mix it with. Like, they're very rosy and light. I don't know. I just feel like it's not the best curated palette. And I did use this really crazy, like, creamy shade a couple times as well underneath, like, the shimmery ones that I felt needed a little more impact. And then, like, you put something like that on top of it, and it just sort of takes over. It's really beautiful. But I don't know. I feel like with the, so like, for example, this one, very light and very rosy, and this one's purple. So, like, where's the other purple colors to go with that? Like, I don't know. It was just, it's strange. It's a nice palette, but I feel like it's not, like, I need to bring other things in with it. So it's okay. It's a good palette. I did enjoy using it a lot. And then the Melt Smoke Sessions eyeshadow palette, I used that once. And I played around with some of the brighter green shades. I don't think I've used these ones very much, honestly, but I need to dabble into this more. It's just not my ideal. It's very chalky. Like, it looks like it would be, like, that color is so freaking stunning, but I don't know. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's just not the right time. Maybe bring it out in fall again or something. But I just didn't want the grunge that day, I think. But they are strong, good colors. It's just, I don't know. So there was something about it that I was like, it's a good palette. It's a good, I enjoy it. It's a good palette. But I don't know. I felt like I needed something else with it. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. But I'm like really trying to think about my palettes and what I'm using and what I enjoy. And I guess this just isn't like fully something I would wear all the time. So when I do wear it, I feel like I'm needing to dive into something else to create a look that I would enjoy. So there's that. But it is a gorgeous color story. It's just I need a little something extra with it. So yeah. And then we have the Huda Beauty Empowered eyeshadow palette. I only use this once. I kind of wish I was keeping it in again to use it again. But it's very pretty. I really, really enjoyed it, especially this gold shade and this gold one. Oh my gosh. These were so stunning. Like, holy smokes. And I also enjoyed these mattes, but they're very, very warm. Like super, super warm, like orangey almost. So I feel like with this, I would have preferred a little more neutral than super warm, but this is a very warm palette. So I'm not hating on it because mostly Huda palettes are like rose colored warm instead of like orangey warm. So yeah. And then we have the Melt She's in Parties eyeshadow palette. And I love this. I absolutely love this color story. It is so divine. I really enjoy that there's even this nice light kind of all over lid shade or brow bone shade, just enough to give you a little bit of impact. But yeah, these are, especially these ones over here, gorgeous, just gorgeous. So out of all of these, so Deb wants us to choose a peak and a pit. And I think I'm going to say my peak, I'm going to pick two, and I'm going to pick these two here. I can't really pick one or the other because these two I wore and I loved for work. They were absolutely beautiful. However, this one is just a little chalky, like not chalky, but like powdery. So if they could fix the formula, great. But most of these were loves. Like, I really enjoyed a lot of these. Just the melt ones were like good, and the other palettes were like loves. And then I would say the pit would probably be like, I'm gonna pick this one, but I don't hate this at all. I actually thoroughly enjoy it, and I think the color story is bomb. I especially love this shade and this shade here. Those are my two favorites out of the palette. But I think because lately my selection for eyeshadow has been quite different, that I don't really think about as much grunge as I used to, even though I still do a good grunge on a good day. But I just don't wear these a lot, and I need to start getting back into trying more of this, because if I don't use this, it's just going to expire, and it was expensive. So those are my peak and pits. And I did select a few for the next upcoming, like for May, for when you guys are watching this. So let's talk about the first one that I have, which I think I put in the drawer by accident. Yeah. All right. So the first one I'm going to select is the Natasha Denona Retro Glam eyeshadow palette, which is a really pretty color story. Not necessarily my color story, but it's a decent color story. Next is the Plain Jane from Adept Cosmetics. I absolutely love Adept Cosmetics, and I actually wanted to just bring in all my Adept Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes this month, but I've decided to blend it a bit. But this is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to use these. Where am I going to put this now here? Oh my gosh. So this one is like very sparkly, and this one is a little more satiny or metallic. And it's these two right here, if you can believe that. The one you can see, but this other one, I don't know, like I see more of another color in this. And then when you swatch it, it's like, what? It looks very warm brown. But anyway, this is another color in there. Gorgeous. So I need to use that a little bit more. I also want to get the Plain Jane remastered, but I just haven't yet because I need to not buy things right now. Next we have the Natasha Denona Pastel eyeshadow palette. Now these are in the original box because I have not used them yet. So once I use them, I take them out. But it looks like that. And the inside looks like this. Really gorgeous, really pretty, very vibrant and bright. And I cannot wait to play with that. Next, we have the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity. This is from like 2021, and I still have not used it. So it's time to break this open. It's gorgeous. Like, how have I not used this yet? How have I not used this? I don't understand. But she's about to get used, so I'm very, very pumped about this. It's so gorgeous. It's so sad. Like, I have a lot of eyeshadows, though, and I'm not hating on it because eyeshadows are my favorite in my collection. I'm very inspired by eyeshadows and the palettes. But I need to get used to that. The next one we have is Natasha Denona Sunset Eyeshadow Palette. Again, a newer palette to my collection, and I want to get it used so I can take the container off and see that I'm actually using the things that I'm buying. And this is what it looks like inside. I am also bringing in, whoops, why are you not going back in the box? All right. Next, I'm also bringing in the Natasha Denona Trio Chrome palette. Very excited to use this one because it's just so gorgeous. I love the packaging. And this is what it looks like on the inside. I can't wait to try the Trio Chrome. Multi-chromes never work on me, so whatever. But I love that there's light pastels and stuff in here. So I will definitely... definitely enjoy using that, I'm sure, but I will let you guys know just in case. And the last one I'm bringing in is a gift from Deb, and this one is the Ace Beauté Floral Vintage Eyeshadow Palette. So beautiful. Cannot wait to pop this guy open. It's big, so ooh, there we go. Same on the cover too, the front. Love it. And this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. There's so many gorgeous shades. Like, my eye immediately goes to, like, this corner. It's so gorgeous. You guys know I like my warm purples and reds and stuff. All right. So that is all of the ones that I'm bringing in for the month of May so far. Anything else that I decide to bring in, I will let you guys know at the next at the next update in, I guess that would be June 4th, because I'm filming this a few days earlier. So on June 4th, I will let you guys know what I think about the new eyeshadow palettes that I'm pulling in and how I enjoy them, or if I, whatever my thoughts are. And if there's anything in my collection that you guys have seen on any of my videos, let me know in the comments down below if you want to see me pull something in and hear my thoughts on it. Otherwise, I really appreciate you guys checking this out. Please go ahead and check everyone out who is doing this project, as well as Deb B, who's the creator. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe in the comments leave a blue heart. That would be so fantastic if you would do that for me. If you don't know what to say for a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!